Start of the match, first thing I looked at was the team list to see what my threats are. The only thing on the list that gave me any worry was the Oktober Revolution battleship and the destroyers. Other than those 4 ships, I wasn't worried because I had the strongest of strong Russian Tier 4 battleship, the Imperator Nikolai I. My 305mm guns and stellinium armor would allow me to take anything they threw at me as long as it is an aircraft. Second thing was the map. Since my brother Leo and I were on the fault line, and I have strong frontal armor and armament, I voted for the channel on the eastern side of the map. Leo agreed, so we began sailing in that direction. First enemy spotted, but I only have about a 14-kilometer range on my main guns, so I couldn't fire at anything.
Torpedoes astern. Torpedoes astern.
My brother was telling me, just don't turn right. It's like, alright, that's fine. We arrive at the mouth of the channel with the Kirishima Congo in tow. First engageable enemy spotted is a destroyer. The entire time we see him, we're worried that we may end up having to deal with a lot more than just him, but he starts taking a lot of damage. Right here, these aircraft, they dump the torp in the water. I ate this torp. I lost my engine, so I determined it was wise to use my damage control. The destroyer decides to stop moving. We still have no idea why he decided to stop. This isn't the first time we've seen that.
Problem solved, sir.
Torps were spotted, so we're just taking a little bit of a longer trip just not to get hit. Torpedo beat intensifies. Right here we spot the battleships, and this is where I begin turning my guns to deal with the battleships coming around the cap. First target is going to be the Orion.
Torpedoes to port.
Orion gets a few of my shells into his broadside, nothing major. 7,000 damage. I think about going into the gap, but I decide against it. I toss another salve at him, but it hits the stack and does no damage. And I ended up wasting shells into the island. Since I can't make the turn, I'm gonna have to back up. So I decide to beach on the island. Leo comes behind me and he's saying, hey, back up and don't go forward or come back too far because I'm going to dump torpedoes down that alley. And I'm like, all right. There you can see him coming down.
Torpedoes to starboard.
These torpedoes will make a great countermeasure to make sure the battleships give me some breathing room so I can back up.
Torpedoes astern. Torpedoes to starboard.
We spot the battleships around the corner, but the Oktober's backing off, so I don't get to shoot at him. Which is really smart because there's torpedoes being fired by Leo down that channel, so coming through there would be incredibly dangerous. So I continue reversing, and then once the Miyogi pops up again, which he does right there, I decide to give him some of my guns. I fire, but unfortunately all my shells land beyond the target. Right here I'm worrying about the Orion that I know is going to be coming around my rear side, but the Oktober is presenting such a good broadside, I'm focusing on him at the moment. But then I see he begins angling in, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to shoot at him. So I eat some of his shells, and it kind of hurts a little bit, but I repair that with my needle. Then the Orion makes an appearance. Then I'm looking at it, I'm like, since the Oktober is angled, I decide to aim at the Orion and give him all 4 of my guns. He's giving me such a nice broadside that I decide to oblige him with some shells. Fire all 4 turrets. Proceed to do 12,000 damage. Leo dumps torps at him, but the first 4, they look good at first, but those are all going to miss. So he keeps doing the turn and dumps the 4 from the other side. Those 4 torps hit and leave him on incredibly low health. The Oktober is still coming from my front end. My turrets reload and I decide to overkill them.
Enemy battleship foundered.
Now I have to turn my attention back to the Oktober because it appears he's trying to go for a ram on me. Leo got stuck on the island after giving the Orion the torps and is trying to get off of it. I decide to fire into his bow and see if I can overmatch his bow armor. I hit him and I get a penetration, but no damage and a ricochet. The Oktober begins focusing Leo. I just continue to pour shots into his bow, hoping I can go and penetrate. I get a little bit of damage there, which gives me a little bit of hope, so I keep coming back. Leo manages to get a couple torps into him to do some more damage. And then I finally get a decent blow with my armor piercing into the bow. At this point, I'm like, I can overmatch his bow armor. Now with Leo dead, it's just me and the Oktober. 2 Russian battleships duking it out. I continue to get penetrations into the bow. Now I know I can overmatch his bow armor. I was pleasantly surprised that it seemed like he continued to think that he could just bow tank me instead of just turning broadside and giving me all of his guns. I then blast another round at him and it disables his forward turret. I think he tries to fire, so then uses the damage control to fix the turret and put the fire out. I finally kill him and then I post a message in chat directed at him.
We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
With that done, now I have to turn my attention to the Svetlana that was to the south. I have no idea how much health a Svetlana has, and I brace myself for a hard-fought battle. Taking stock of the situation, I realize the enemy has a battleship up north against 1 battleship and 2 carriers from friendly forces, and down here south with me, I have a single friendly destroyer battling it out with the enemy carriers and a destroyer. The friendly destroyer manages to kill the enemy destroyer.
Taking the lead.
I realize I'm detected and I know it's the Svetlana, but I can't yet see him. The Svetlana has run away and gives his position away when he fires at the destroyer battle that was going on in the enemy's base. I let him have some AP, but I get no hits. But I still get another salvo off. The shells look good, but only one of them manages to hit, and it's a ricochet. This shot was disappointing. However, the friendly destroyer was able to finish him off.
Taking the lead.
At this point, it's now 1 carrier and 1 battleship against the enemy battleship up north, and a destroyer versus the enemy carrier. The friendly forces up north managed to destroy the enemy battleship that was threatening our cap. Now it's just the destroyer and the carrier. The friendly destroyer gives the carrier all of his torpedoes and completely obliterates the carrier, bringing the match to a close.